Action. Take one. Action. Cut. Never gonna get anywhere. We're running behind schedule already.
Got my notes. Okay.
Take 5.
Hey guys, it's Zoe. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I am here with some tips to help you guys to kind of stay in a more positive mindset as the year goes on. As you probably know, I am in the middle of my senior year of high school. This is my last semester of high school. What? Naturally, it can get pretty darn stressful. And I know that whenever I go through periods where there is a lot of stress on me, I tend to get a more negative mindset, and it just makes me really sad, and I definitely take it out on my friends, my family, and I don't feel good about what I'm doing, even if I am doing well, even if I am getting good grades or doing well in school. I just don't feel good about it because I'm so stressed and I have this whole negative mentality. So today I'm going to be giving you all lots of tips on how to get out of that negative mentality. Recently, I was talking to one of my friends about this negative mentality, and I was looking at quotes on Pinterest, and I was like, okay, we're gonna be really positive and it's gonna go great. And I found this one quote, and I'm gonna read it to you. It says, "If you get tired, learn to rest, not quit." And I feel like that is such a important lesson that we need to learn, and that I need to learn. Because I tend to get so wrapped up in everything that I'm like, okay, I'm so close to the end, I can just keep going, and I never actually give myself a chance to rest. So these tips, most of them are different ways of resting, but also resting in what I like to think of as a productive way, so that you don't feel guilty about having a rest. Do other people feel guilty when they have breaks, or is that just me? I don't really know. So with that, here are my favorite ways to de-stress and to have a very positive mindset and really focus on your own mental health. So my first tip is to find a hobby that you love doing. For me, this is dance, and so I go and I take dance classes. And for a lot of people, I think a sport or something, it can be a way to de-stress, but you also have to watch it so it doesn't become another stress on you. So for me, last semester I took a lot of dance classes, and then I was doing the Nutcracker, and I was Clara in the Nutcracker, which was a lot of extra pressure on me. And so it was really hard for me at times to remember that dance is my way to de-stress. Dance is what I want to be doing and what I actually enjoy doing. And it's a way for me to not think about school, so I don't want it to become an extra stress on me. That's why I don't really want to be a professional, and I don't really want to do it for a living, because it is my way to de-stress, and it's a way to do something fun. So for me, that's what dance is, and I feel like that's what sports can be too, but you just have to make sure that they don't become an extra stress if you're using it as a way to de-stress, if you know what I mean. But also, finding a hobby that you love could just be maybe coming home and doodling something, or spending time with your family, or spending time with a neighbor or somebody, just doing something that you really enjoy for a little while before you start getting into your homework, and actually making time to do this thing. So that's why a sport or doing some sort of exercise class is good, because sports and exercise, they release endorphins, and endorphins make you happy. Thank you, Elle Woods. My next tip is to have a journal. So for me, I journal every night. I write in my little tiny journal. I just do a page a day, and I do it right before I go to sleep, and I find this so incredibly helpful. Since I started doing this, I can actually see a major difference in the way I think, and the way that I act, and the way that I sleep, because it is a good way for me to just empty out all of my thoughts at the end of the day. You don't really feel like that's your best way to get your thoughts out. Maybe you'd be better off just having a talk with somebody. I will write down maybe what happened that day, if anything interesting happened, anything that I want to remember. If something is just weighing on my mind, something I'm really nervous about, I will always write those down, because seeing it on paper just makes it seem so much less difficult. My next tip is to try some meditation or calming mindset practice. So for me, I have been using Headspace literally like forever. So I think like my sophomore year, my religion teacher had us do a Headspace at the beginning of class, and it was so nice. It got me in such a good mindset. And honestly, because my religion class was like right in the middle of the day, it gave me like a breather and a way to restart. The first like 10 meditations are free, and those range from being like 5 minutes to 20 minutes. So honestly, like I spent like the last couple years just using those 10, and whenever I felt like I just needed to have a breather and like really just like calm myself, I would listen to one of those, and it really just got me like in a good zone. It made me feel like relaxed, it made me feel really in touch with my body, which is always good. This year is the first year I've actually paid the subscription for it, and so far it's been great. But like I said, you don't have to pay it, it is quite expensive. You can just get by with listening to like the first 10. Honestly, like it helps a lot. So my next tip is to do nothing. When I say nothing, I mean do something like watching a movie, reading a book, something that doesn't like make your brain do really any work. For this, what I would say to do, maybe you have a list of movies or TV shows or something that you have been wanting to watch forever. So start getting through that list and you will feel more productive. I promise. This is my way of saying yes, this is still productive, because I have a list and I'm like, oh, I'm watching this, I'm doing something that I want to do, I can tick it off, so I'm productive. Right? But taking time to give your brain a break and doing something that doesn't require a lot of thinking is really good. And that brings me to my next point as well. Sometimes you're going to be in a negative mindset. You're going to be sad, you're going to be disappointed, and I think from my experience, whenever I try to ignore that, it all just kind of bubbles up, and a few weeks later I just like cry it all out, and then I feel better. So I feel like it is better to kind of address when you feel sad than to let it boil up and just have so much weighing on you, because from that time between like when something happens to whenever I actually like let it out and cry about it or do whatever I need to do about it, that time in between is just not fun. And I know we've all been there. So you just need to like let yourself be sad and then get on with it. And I personally, after I've been sad about it, I try to look and see the bright side of whatever happened. So maybe I didn't do very well on a test. What that tells me is that maybe I didn't study the best for that test, so now that I haven't done so well, it's over, there's nothing I can do about it, but I can do better on the next test. And on that next test, I can change my studying style a little bit, try out something new, try doing different things and make it more interesting, and then maybe I'll do better on the test itself. So those kinds of things are usually what I want to get out of it. So take something that's stressful, that's difficult, make it something you want to do, make it something interesting, look at the bright side of it after you've mourned. Like, you need to let it out first. That is all for my tips for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I know I'm doing like slightly more chatty videos in the last couple weeks, but I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. I enjoy filming it. I think it's fun and just nice to like sit down and chat and give you guys some tips and tell you like my experiences. And so I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed filming this, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!